Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you, Woody and Renee and Randy, for soothing the soul. Beautiful. Welcome to Unity of Santa Barbara, our celebration service. I'm Reverend Heidi Allfrey, and the service doesn't happen without the energy of each and every one of you. So thank you for bringing this consciousness, this beautiful light of the Spirit of God, and just you embody it, and we're all going to be a channel of it as we commune today together. I love our affirmation from our Unity minister, Paul Hasselbeck. It's a beautiful day in my consciousness. Let's say it together. It's a beautiful day in my consciousness. And let's take a moment to center in. Let's take a breath together in. And exhale with an ah. All right, so breathe in again. And ah. Yeah, y'all are helping me a lot here. Breathe in. Ah. Yeah, we're here to relax and release and receive. This is a time to let go of the doingness and be in the beingness. Charles Fillmore reminded us that we are now immersed in spirit, in this immeasurable, unlimited source that wakes us up and moves us around and is the I am of the I am. So let us decide to relax into this moment, into this brand new day, this brand new breath, this brand new moment. Everything from the past is completed. We bless it, we let it be what it is, and we recognize in this moment, my clarity and my peace creates the rest of my life. Yes, breathe in love, breathe out peace. Breathe in hope, breathe out wisdom. Breathe in love, and breathe out harmony. Thank you, Spirit, for the divine invitation, the perfect moment of all of us being together here in person and online. This is a divine moment. All is well, and so it is. Amen. So again, thank you all for being here in whatever form you are. And one thing is for sure, your soul is welcome here. So we're all going to stand and sing. And Sean Teese is going to lead us in My Soul is Welcome Here. So let's sing it out loud. Here we go.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Yeah. Woo.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I know that you know who I am, but I will give you my earthly name. My earthly name is Kathleen Blake. My angelic name up there is angel number 6688. So welcome to Unity. Glad to see you all here. And I want to start us off with remembering that we are the light of the world and that we have a candle that is lit to remind us of that. And so let's say it together, that I am the light of the world. Say it again, louder. I am the light of the world. And today, I brought a special lady with me because I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the word passion in a little while. But she's this beautiful lady, and she's filled with leaves that are fall. And guess what she's going to do? She's going to start the vibration for us of fall. You can come see her later. In reading the Daily Word today, when you stand on this podium, you always go, oh, what word am I going to get? And today the word is passion. Should be a great word, right? My purpose fuels my passion. So let's say that together. My purpose fuels my passion. Purpose sets my heart aflame with passion. Each day I awaken ready to answer the call of my heart, to give the best of my effort to the fullest attention to purposeful activity. Passion is the energy I bring to everything I do. I discover the glory of God through passion. As I do the things that make me feel the most alive, that fill me with energy and zeal and color the world with hope and promise, I recognize the divine presence behind it all. God is the source of all passion I feel and the purpose that drives me. My passion is not for me alone. Remember that. The life energy that radiates from me inspires those around me to live a life of purpose and passion, to boldly express their divinity as only they can. From 1 Peter 4:11, whoever speaks must do so as one speaking the very words of God. Whoever serves must do so with the strength that God supplies. So in thinking about the word passion and what drives me and what makes me passionate, it was very hard, believe it or not. It was harder than you think to come up with what I wanted to say. Because I look at artists and creators. I mean, just think of someone who created this thing. It's beautiful. And you see something, and people out here I know who paint and create, and I go, I don't have any of those kind of passions. So I thought, what am I really passionate about? Well, one of the things I know I'm passionate about is outside. Anything out in that beautiful world we have. Because it fascinates me that we have a beautiful world like we do. I don't know how it got here. I go, geez, but I'm so glad to be here. So every day I really do feel that passion of go out and smell the flowers, smell the air, look at the birds, look at the trees. I love the clouds right now. And in fact, if you woke up like I did around 5 o'clock and watched the sunrise this morning, it was gorgeous. Because when we have clouds, we get gorgeous sunrises and sunsets. So be watching, we might get more. The other thing I thought that was really interesting in this reading of passion was talking about purpose. And what is your purpose in life? And all of us go around going, did I do the purpose that I was made for? Is there something else I should do? And that one goes through my thoughts even now, as old as I am. I still think of that. Is there something I really still need to do? But I just realized that every day, especially when I volunteer to work a whole nother year at my age too, 5 days a week and more than 10 or 12 hours a day, that's my purpose too, and my passion, because I love the children I work with and the teachers and people like that. So it's finding that what you do every day has a purpose. And I want to read before I step down. I just love the line from this reading. My passion is not for me alone. The life energy that radiates from me inspires those around me to live a life of purpose and passion, to boldly express their divinity as only they can. So next week, I want to see all of you dressed up as angels and expressing your divinity and your light, your radiant light.
Take all my vicious words and turn them into something good. Take all my preconceptions and let the truth be understood. Take all my prized possessions and leave only what I need. Take all my pieces of doubt and let me be what's underneath. Courage is when you're afraid, but you keep on moving anyway. Courage is when you're in pain, but you keep on living anyway. We all have excuses why living in fear, something in us dies. Like a bird with broken wings, it's not how high he flies, but the song he sings. Courage is when you're afraid, but you keep on moving anyway. Courage is when you're in pain, but you keep on living anyway. You keep on living anyway. It's not how many times you've been knocked down, it's about how many times you get back up. Courage is when you've lost your way, but you find your strength anyway. Courage is when you're afraid. Courage is when it all seems great. Courage is when you make a change and you keep on living anyway. You keep on moving anyway. You keep on giving anyway. You keep on loving anyway.
Oh boy. Another lullaby of spirit. Thank you, Shantice and Randy and Renee, Woody. I know, it's so interesting, the spiritual path. It's like you think things are one thing and then they're really something else. And courage is exactly that. And thank you for suggesting this song. Thank you for singing this song. I've listened to it a lot at home. And I'm amazed at the inner shift that has to happen on a spiritual path. The things that we have learned, the things we think, I know what this is, I know what courage is. And then it's sort of, well, let me read these words. Take all my vicious words and turn them into something good. Take all my preconceptions and let the truth be understood. Take all my prized possessions and leave only what I need. Take all my pieces of doubt and let me be what's underneath. Yes. I didn't learn that about courage. I learned that courage was sort of I don't know, being intense or sort of, overcoming either negativity or something that's a little more like a pushing or a forcing something to happen, when courage really is the ability to see where it is that I'm not living from my passion or my purpose or my potential, and just be willing very gently to notice it, to see it, and be willing for it to transform. So we're here on our yellow brick road, our journey on our spiritual path. I hope you realize as we keep doing this that this isn't a place that's like a parking spot or, wow, so glad I got that spiritual journey checked off my to-do list. Glad I got that behind me, right? It's the practice of spirituality. It's the practice of really the humility, also being the servant, the channel through which spirit flows. It's very little to do with your somehow your personality or the degrees you have or the things that you've thought, oh, this makes me matter. It's like you already mattered. You look at a baby. Does every baby matter, right? And that was all of us. My good friend Greg Tamblyn has a song it's called Greg Tamblyn NCW, and it's for no credentials whatsoever. And that's his song, right? And it all goes on to say, I don't need credentials to be who I am. Yeah, and it's a wonderful thing, get credentials, but it's got to be lined up with your purpose and your passion. So we have been going along our yellow brick road. We've seen the story of Dorothy, that is really the hero within all of us, that is very willing to leave her old consciousness and move into a new consciousness, and the people she meets along the road and the things she's learning. And then she runs into a fellow that doesn't think he has a brain. And interestingly enough, he continues to show that he's bringing a lot of wisdom to their journey together. And then they run into another guy that says, I don't have a heart. I'm all hollow inside. But he's very loving, very unconditionally loving, very selfless in his love. So they're proving to themselves that the thing they think they're missing, they actually have. But it took all of them coming together. It took this idea that really it's more of a community experience, that they start to learn that they have what they think they're missing. And now they run into this fellow that thinks he doesn't have any courage. Yes, and so we're learning, the song really set us up for what courage really is. And I want to show you the encounter as Dorothy and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow are going along. And what are they saying as they're skipping, but also very afraid? They're saying, ease on down the road. Well, ease on down the road. That would be very evolved of them. And eventually they get there. But right now they're saying lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. You know what we can do? Worry, frustration, and illness, oh my. Worry, frustration, and illness, oh my. And on and on. But this we'll see that because we're visiting our concerns and our worries and those untruths. But then we get to say, this isn't helping. This isn't going to take me to where it is I want to go. So here are the our three musketeers here moving down. Boy, I got a lot of stories going into one. But skipping down the yellow brick road. Here we go.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh
Put 'em up. Which one are you afraid? I'll fight you both together if you want. I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Oh, pulling an axe on me, eh? Sneaking up on me, eh? Why?
Here. Go away and let us alone.
Oh, scared, huh? Afraid, huh? How long can you stay fresh in that can? Come on, get up and fight, you shivering junkyard. Put your hands up, you lopsided bag of hay.
Now, that's getting personal, Lion. Yes. Get up and teach him a lesson.
Well, what's wrong with you teaching them?
Well, I hardly know him.
I'll get you anyway, Pee-wee.
Shame on you.
What did you do that for? I didn't buy them.
No, but you tried to. It's bad enough picking on a straw man, but when you go around picking on poor little dogs.
Well, you didn't have to go and hit me, did you? Is my nose bleeding?
Well, of course not. My goodness, what a fuss you're making. Well, naturally, when you go around picking on things weaker than you are, why, you're nothing but a great big coward.
You're right. I am a coward.
Oh, all right. Well, yes, they're learning, right? Yes. So is he saying, take all my vicious words and turn them into something good? Take all my preconceptions and let the truth be understood? Not really, you know? So they're skipping along with this fear, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, and what shows up but a lion. But the lion is what we would call today a bully. Yeah, you know, he comes out and he is, you know, growling, and I'll fight you with one hand behind my back, I'll fight you with my eyes on one foot, and all this. And so what really is motivating the lion? Fear. Yeah, right? You know, the lion is looking like he is going to hurt others, he's scaring others, but his real feeling is fear. And so this isn't about courage, this is about fear. He calls the Tin Man a clattering collection of collagenous junk, and the Scarecrow a billowing bale of bovine fodder. And so we see that that this way of courage is not, yes, we're having wind out there, but the idea that, you know, this is what a lot of people think courage is that it is this this being something bigger and unkind to someone else, when on the spiritual path, courage is not that at all. And the lion, unlike the other characters, doesn't really come around very quickly. In fact, he is constantly afraid. He's afraid, he's shivering when they're in the forest. He actually says, I do believe in spooks, I do believe in spooks, I do. All right, you know, he just keeps affirming his fear, and he is staying afraid all the time. They're going to walk up to the wizard's throne, and he says, somebody stepped on my tail. And the Scarecrow says, you stepped on your own tail. You know, and he's really not even being able to get out of his own way. You know, when we're in fear, we want somebody else to be wrong. When we're in fear, we want to, you know, make somebody else smaller. That's why you'll notice he didn't really attack he did verbally, the Scarecrow and the Tin Man, but he runs after Toto, right? Because Toto is really defenseless or small. And so we see that this bullying and this fear is really something that can only become overcome with courage on a spiritual level, of looking at what it is that we'd like to turn our fear, our vicious words, whatever we're doing, into something that can be something good, can be something valuable. In fact, you'll notice that in the movie that the time that the lion is not afraid is when he's going to go into the witch's castle because of his love for Dorothy. All right, and we can say deep love. We've got this one is a quote. It's from Lao Tzu. He says, because of deep love, one is courageous. Because of deep love, one is courageous. And if you'll, I love the people holding hands over there. Because, So the idea is because of deep love, we are courageous. Because of passion, we're courageous. When Kathleen told me she was going back to work, I'm like, why? You know, why? Your life is so peaceful. I see you walking all over. She goes, because it matters to me. Because these kids matter to me. I'm like, okie dokie, you're, humbling me. I like this, right? And it's so it's a beautiful thing to see what love does. And love makes us courageous because the lion, again, is wandering around in a lot of fear until he can get to courage. And fear is a powerful thing. There's a lot of acronyms for fear, but my favorite one is forgetting that everything's all right. That's why when we say all is well, it brings us a sense of peace. Can we just say that together? All is well. Because in this moment, really, you have everything you need. You're safe. You have enough air. We have a lot of love here. You have a chair. You've got a building. Whatever happens. I mean, Peggy's even got a Halloween hat. You've got a little extra goodness going on over there. So we see that all really is well, and it's our ability to calm ourselves that gives us courage. Again, because of deep love, one is courageous. Now, we go on to see that the lion is out of control. Can we see that? He's really out of his fear, of being who he is he's attacking people. And so the point is that, I think it's the first quote, Penny, is that when you feel like you have to control others, you really want to control yourself. When you want to control others, anybody ever had an emotion of wanting to control somebody else? I can admit it, right? And so the idea is, but when we really are, there's something in us that wants to be healed. It's not that we can't, agree with people and can't, communicate with people about things we want to see done in our lives. And sometimes you have to separate from people. But the idea is it always starts with us. It's the controlling of us. It's the way that we're seeing it. So when Dorothy asked the lion, wouldn't you be afraid? What would you, when they get to when they're getting all there, they're buffing and puffing, and he gets his permanent, and they're saying, and then he says, I want to be the king of the forest. So we're looking at what it means to him to be king of the forest. And he says, when asked, she says, Dorothy asked him whether he would be afraid of anything. Let me get my glasses. Let's see. All right. It's a good thing I do yoga so I can pick stuff up. All right, now, Dorothy asked him whether he would be afraid of anything, and the lion mimics the guards responding, not nobody, not know how. He erroneously believes that he has to be a bully. When asked if he's afraid of a hippopotamus, the lion insists, I'd thrash him from top to bottomless. And when he meets an elephant, the lion vows, I'd wrap him up in cellophant. The lion is foolishly confusing courage with intimidation. A courageous individual does not resort to intimidation. Only a bully uses intimidation. Only a bully is habitually cruel to smaller or weaker people, or even a dog or children. And part of what we're seeing when the human being forgets its way in courage, that's really why we come here, to remember who we truly are. Because when one is abused in life, and many people are verbally and sexually and religiously, you can say the word church to people and they go, oh, church, you'd never see me in a church, you'd never see me in a synagogue, you'd never see me in blank and blank. And we know that's because that person was abused in the belief, you're a sinner, something's wrong with you, you're broken. This whole movie is about people feeling like they didn't have something. But we all have everything we need spiritually, and our ability to affirm it, to love it, to see what it is you love brings it out of you. And weirdly enough, the things that even of which you are afraid bring out a bigger part of you. I mean, I know when I first started public speaking, I was terrified. And then I realized but the passion was there, but the fear was, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to blank. I don't know how, I'm not any good. That whole story, and the only way that story went away was to do it. The way that the lion got over his courage was to love Dorothy. And so this ability to show up, like we're all doing, the ability to, I said last week, we say it's better to love and have lost than what? To not love at all. Right? So it's so much about getting on that yellow brick road and leading your life. There's another gentleman that I'm quoting today that was a New Thought teacher that I just found out who he is. His name is Orison Swett Marden, and he says most of our obstacles would melt away if instead of cowering before them, we would make up our minds to walk boldly through them. This gentleman was a New Thought teacher. He actually started the Success magazine in 1897. And it says when you look up his bio, he was one of the New Thought philosophy teachers. And it's interesting how many people at the end of the 1800s, like Myrtle and Charles, were having this new thought from the old teachings. The new thought is God is within, divinity is within. This is what this film's all about. All of this is within. There's no place like home. It's inside of you. I'm going to do this again. Let's put our hand on our heart just so we can remember this. There's no place like home. Let's say it together. There's no place like home. Let's say it again. There's no place like home. And one more time. There's no place like home. Yeah. There's a calming to that because we live in a life of a to-do list. I've got to do to feel like I'm productive. I know when my mom used to call me, because we came from a productive family, and she'd say, what have you done today? And sometimes I'd, walked on the beach or done something, not been whatever productive was, and I'd feel guilty. I better make up some stuff to tell her. And I'm about to go on a silent retreat for a week, early November, and that was really interesting to tell my family where I was going. I'm going on silent retreat. They're like, well, are you going to take a book? I'm like, no. Are you going to be, you can't talk to anybody? I'm like, yeah, nobody. And they could not, it was like you could see the brain, it was not functioning. There was like, how are you doing that? Why would you do that? And of course, it's very difficult to explain this, but the idea is because the main person I need to know is me, right? That's all of us. The main person I need to know is me. And I will tell you, when I go there, everybody gets a little job. You have a task. You've either got to clean a bathroom or vacuum a hall. And I remember I got there once, I was a little late. They give you your jobs as you get there. And this very Buddhist-looking woman looks at me and she goes, oh, we only have one job for women. You'll be cleaning the women's bathroom, the big one up at the top of the hill. I'm like, oh, namaste. Thank you. So, but the deal is everyone is doing their job. And I'll tell you, it's beautiful to watch a community get along while everybody's working and nobody's talking. It's crazy. It's just amazing how peaceful it is. And it's a beautiful thing to see how Spirit works. And that's how Spirit works right here at Unity of Santa Barbara. And really in every community that's functioning. It's everybody doing something that is about the well-being of the community. And so I'm so inspired to just recognize that the courage of this community, the courage that's beyond the needing to make things happen or change things in the way of hollering or roaring or calling somebody a, collagenous, clattering collection of collagenous junk, how we can really be in this place of healing that part of us that wants to lash out when we get upset. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, I don't think you have this. Oh, you do, don't you? It says, a hero is no braver than an ordinary man. He's braver 5 minutes longer. All right? And I want to talk to you about being brave 5 minutes longer with all the energy of this beautiful conversation about courage. We have all gone through, all nonprofits, this whole world has gone through this pandemic. And I don't know about you, but I thought, this will be over. We're going to get back to normal. And it went on just long enough, and it's still going on, of course, but it has changed behavior. It has changed people's lives at profound levels. People are home doing more and more, and we have a wonderful audience online, and it's wonderful. But everything's had to shift. And I will tell you, as a person that was so used to churches being people that just come in, people come and they go, but there's always people coming in, to have to shut the building down was really traumatic. And I think many of people have felt that trauma. That hasn't really felt like it's had a fix or a solution. I went to something not long ago and wore a mask the whole time I was in the experience, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't fun, and I wanted to really applaud you all for being here with your masks on. So give yourselves a hand for showing up and wearing the mask and being safe, but it is not a choice, and that's why some people stay home also. But why I'm saying this is that I've only been here a year and a couple months, but I have felt the love and the courage of Unity of Santa Barbara. And this community has been around for, 100 years. And this particular building was built in 1958. And we have been going through the pandemic my other minister friends are going through this also. But what I know about community and about love is that we are, as Russ likes to say, reimagining. And we do it through each and every one of us. Margaret Mead's probably one of my favorite quotes is, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has." And I would say that has evolved to large groups of individuals do a lot of things. And of course, this is but as we're planting these seeds, and this is what we're doing right now, is planting seeds of courage, of inspiration for this place, because it really matters to me, and I know it really matters to everybody. And that is the only thing we have to stay connected to, is the courage that's beyond the fear. The courage that's beyond because I don't know about you, but when things got where nobody was here and I'm figuring out who people are by a spreadsheet that had people's names, and there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of frustration and a lot of kind of wanting to lash out at, I don't know what, a pandemic. But the point is, I and everyone, a lot of people here have just decided I want this place to be here, and I just have to shift something in my consciousness about it. How do we stay in this game of life rather than just making it all about the pandemic and now things are finished? So I am loving the conversation about how to help, to not even help, but to talk to you all about what the inspiration is, that why you're here. And that's why we're having testimonials, why we're having stories, because that's what's going to reignite this consciousness of this community. And I've been hurt at Unity churches. I've been part of it when I left, and I've just got to throw this story in. When I left Fort Lauderdale, we'd had 4 ministers in 5 years at Unity of Fort Lauderdale. And I was like, Unity, nice people, but cray-cray, And it kind of pushed me to go to Maui. And I went to Maui, and I would go to my 12-step meetings, and one of those pesky little 12-step people said, "There's a great Unity on Maui. It's a great Unity on Maui." And I went, "Oh, yeah, I know Unity." And they're like, "No, it's great." And then somebody else said it, and somebody else said it. And I went to Unity on Maui. I sat in the back. I don't know. And I went through the line. There was a new minister who'd moved from Kansas City, and she said to me, "Oh, I haven't seen you. Who are you?" I'm Heidi Alfrey, and I'm a licensed Unity teacher. And she goes, "So why aren't you teaching something?" And it hit me right there that my story about being mad at Unity or being mad at whatever I thought, like this lion kind of roaring my way through life, and wasn't holding any water. It wasn't bringing me any joy. And so I said, I'll teach something. And I started teaching, and the thing I was overcoming was my own fear. My own resistance, my own, And it was all perfect order back in Fort Lauderdale. People are people. We have flaws, we make mistakes, we do all kinds of goofy things. But a community, we grow beyond that. When you come into a church, you go, "God, I love the people and the snacks, and Peggy's so nice, and everybody's great." And then somebody sits in your chair, or somebody doesn't agree with you, or somebody pulls your plant out of the garden or something. Oh God, don't talk to Patrick about that. But anyway, but then I'm mad, then I'm mad. Oh, that church is, but see what we do here, which is great, is we go, what's going on within me? What's going on within me? And I love Bill Dutton sitting here, because this man just keeps on serving. He serves, he is so involved with Showers of Blessings. I'm gonna have you talk next week, at Transition House. And I'm always just amazed at how all of our ministries we learn here to go out and serve in the world. That's our gig, is that we learn who we are so we can go out and serve. Anyway, it's a big conversation, and it continues for all of us, is how to open our hearts, open our minds to get over our sense of being mad at anything and be in that spirit of generosity. So there was a story that had happened about 2 weeks ago, and it was with our dear Russ Chafin, and I wanted him to come up and talk about the story, because the story for me is the story of what we're doing, and we're starting a program. We are launching it. It's called Growing the Good. And growing is the idea of everything that you ever grow, the whole potentiality of the tree, of the branch, of the bush is in that seed. So our work is to plant this seed of consciousness in fertile soil. And we know Jesus told them, the disciples said, "Why are you always teaching in parables?" And he said, "Because I want to tell a story of something that you know, so it'll help you feel comfortable with this concept." And he said, if you plant the seeds on the ground or on the footpath, you might be inspired, but it doesn't grow any roots. He says the seeds grow roots when they're planted in fertile soil. So So I would have Patrick come up and talk about gardening, but I'm going to have Russ come up and talk about this wonderful story of generosity and love. So let's welcome Russ Chafin. And where's your little mic? I also, as Russ is coming up, I want to thank the board of Unity of Santa Barbara, because this journey into growing the good has been about a 6-month journey of creating trifold and cards, but mainly consciousness. And everyone has been part of putting something in. So I see Ann and Clyde, and I know Allison's on a trip. Deborah's here. And would y'all stand up? And I want to give y'all a hand. Come on, let's do this thing. All right? Because this board of trustees, thank you all so much. I love it. All right. Thank you. Because it is so much selfless work to be on this board. And I will tell you, these people love this place, and they're the wind beneath my wings. So let's have a seat over here, Russ. And let's see. Oh, you got your bell over there. Yes. All right.
I'm not sure what you want me to do with
Well,
that.
no, I just want you to get it and bring it over here, and we're going to talk
Okay.
about it. Yes. Oh, did we get the cameras straight for this little gig? Okay, oh, perfect. Okay, they're great. Okay, you can see this is a make it up as you go service. Yes, the deal is that we had Frank Ferrante here the other day, a few weeks ago, and he is a man that just really keeps falling into the vat of honey. And one of the things he does, and very vulnerably, and his girlfriend's name is Jill Trinholm. And Jill is an amazing artist, and I interviewed her on the radio. This story is actually going somewhere. And I saw these beautiful bells. One is the one that Kathleen had rung, and I was interviewing Jill, and I thought I would buy one of the bells. And then she starts telling me the process of creating this bell, which is tons of work with kilns and designers and on and on and on. And I started to think the $100 I wanted to pay for that bell, I thought, oh dear, this is not going to be $100. And we went on and on and on, and then I asked her the price, which was a bit more than $100. And I said to her but my thing, I was feeling some tightness, some fear, because I wanted the bell, but my story is I don't have enough. Yeah. And so I said, just go in and bring those bells when you come. All right, so then we were out. She came with Frank was the big show, and Jill was with him. And Jill came outside, and she goes, I want to play some music. And I said, well, I think there's not many people. She goes, I don't care. She put up her Bose speakers. She's get her guitar. She starts singing. She's not wanting to be paid. She's just wanting to share her passion. Right? And we're out there, and Bill and Bonnie and Russ and Kathleen and Sheena and Frank, I don't want to leave out Frank, but we were all there, and something started to happen. She's singing, and it was so egoless. And we started to feel what I think we feel at Unity of Santa Barbara, just happiness, joy, freedom. We're all eating together. And so then I started telling the story about the bell. And I said, I love this bell. I was just telling a little bit of my story. And Jill goes, oh, I brought them. And I said, oh, okay. So she went out and got these bells. And she just puts them on the table. And she starts talking about the artmanship. She says it actually costs $850 to make the bell. And with all the time and energy, and they're bronze and they're beautiful. And so I just said, if we're starting growing the good, wouldn't it be beautiful to have this abundance bell? And I just saying it, And all of a sudden, I look over at Russ, and it's like his little face just looks very angelic, and just this peace that passes all understanding, right? This kind of courage that was so present. And anyway, Russ, I'd like you to tell me what was happening for you then.
Well, with that lead-in, I have shared with, I think I have shared with you guys, growing up, and I promise to make this short, but growing up, I had two very opposite experiences with my parents. My mother was extremely generous. She was extremely loving. She kind of went overboard at times. My dad, on the other hand, was the exact opposite, and he was very fearful. He was generous to his family, but beyond that, the fear would kick in, and I witnessed that over and over and over and over as I was growing up. So I learned to watch both of them, and I had to choose who I was going to follow. But that fear place got into my consciousness anyway. So as we are sitting out on our beautiful courtyard, and here are these bells, and we're having this conversation about growing the good, and all of a sudden I could feel myself starting to have this idea, this kernel of a possibility, and then of what it would mean to have this bell and do something with this bell. And then I heard how much it cost. And what I have learned through my life is to not go with the fear. Even though it's there, to take that, I don't remember who the quote was by, but take that extra 5 minutes, that extra, even 5 seconds, to not go into fear, to just let it be and let it develop more. So the thought and the idea started, and I didn't realize I was being observed at the time going through that process, but as I relaxed into the idea, I guess it showed on my face. And all of a sudden it was like, well, this is a stretch, and I want to do it. I really want to do this, and I can do it, and I will, whatever it takes, I'll figure it out. So that's how that happened.
Yeah, well, the words that came out of your mouth is, I can do that.
I can do
and
that.
I just saw this little glow. So let's look, she's actually called the Angel of Abundance. And it is she's a beautiful work of art, and you'll have to come and see her. But I'd love for you to show her and ring the bell a little bit. It's
so perfect. So perfect because that's what we've been talking about for weeks and weeks and months, actually, on at the board level, about abundance, about giving, about getting past this kind of stuck place.
Well, you told me your father actually said to you, that church always wants money, right? Yes, and this is kind of, and we have to laugh because it's not the church, right? It's stuff we have. We have stuff. We have people, we have staff, we have grounds, we have lots of things that we're always, wanting. And so far, if it would work with peanuts, I'd just bring some peanuts, right? But this is the thing that's so funny because your dad was fearful around money, about his own abundance. That's really the story. So fear can be forget everything and run, or fear can be forgetting that everything's all right. And it really is, if there's that has to happen first, even before the money. There has to be a place of, I am abundance, and I want to give from that place of fullness. So I know our time is going on, and there is actually, so thank you, Russ, and what we're going to do now after you ring the bell, we're going to show a little film that Penny put together that I hope will remind you of all the beauty of this place. It's an extraordinary, what's that? Let's ring that bell again, absolutely.
Roll 'em.
Hi, welcome to Unity of Santa Barbara. We're glad you're here. I'm Reverend Heidi Allfree. I'm really blessed to be the senior minister at Unity of Santa Barbara. And I love Unity of Santa Barbara, and I know everyone hearing this message does also. So let me tell you about our new program called Growing the Good. First of all, you can see the logo. It's hands and a heart. Our hands open to serve, use me. We're open to life. We want to enjoy and explore life. And then the heart, which is at the center of our bodies, the center of all things, that the love, the commitment of that love. And we're bringing this into a recurring giving program that supports Unity of Santa Barbara and all of the things that go on at Unity of Santa Barbara. Whether it's the Sunday service, the music that we all so enjoy, our soloists, our Unity singers, the two people that put this all together, our pianists, Woody DeMarco and Noreen Brokey. We also have incredible social events. We have our dance night, and we have so many creative experiences that go on here. We have this beautiful property. It's wonderful with the trees and the fountains, the flowers, the beautiful courtyard that's out in the front, our wonderful building. People walk into our building, they walk onto the property and say, oh my gosh, I can feel the love here. And that's because of all of you. That's how people feel the love. It takes a village. It takes all of us. And it takes our time, our talent, and our treasure. So the recurring giving program, Growing the Good, is to commit to monthly giving. It could be weekly giving, but monthly giving in the sense of it being electronic, whether it comes from your bank account, whether it is a credit card that's on file with us. But the idea is this card, and it says on it, I am growing the good at Unity of Santa Barbara. This is my spiritual investment. This is my spiritual commitment. And who are you really making that to? You. And part of growing the good is to keep that good not only growing, we have so much more to do. We have so much more. We have marketing and websites, and it goes on and on. If you're receiving this message online and you are one of our online congregants, you receive what we've been able to put together technologically. We had a member that bought new cameras. We have new microphones. We have wonderful people working in our AV booth. We have a booth. So we're asking for you to commit to your greatness, to commit to your abundance. You have now planted those seeds, and the water of the law of circulation, the sunshine, things are growing like they did the moment you walked into Unity. And I invite you to prayerfully reflect on how important Unity of Santa Barbara is to you, how much you want to play with this law of circulation, how free do you want to feel. And all of that goes into how we all sustain this place. It's really beautiful to be part of something that matters, because we want this place to be here for us, for the next generation, and on and on and on. I love the idea of, we really do want a world that works for all. And guess where it starts? With you. Let's grow the good. Let's do it now. I want to if you can just turn and just your head a little bit and let us thank Penny. Penny Little back there. Thank you, Penny. Yes. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So why don't we ring this bell one more time, and then Woody, I'll have you play. What I'd like for you all to do is hold the commitment card in your hand. Many of you have received this in the mail. You might be filling it out today, but I'd like you to infuse it. And does everyone have one? It's just so valuable that we consciously do this together. All right, so just put this card in your hand, and Woody will play, and we just breathe into what the good. This is capital G good. This isn't good, like good versus bad. It isn't the good that somehow I have to make it. It's like Kathleen shared, it's this beautiful planet that we've received. The years and years of people loving Unity of Santa Barbara, investing in it, giving their time and talent and treasure. It all starts with consciousness. It all starts with the feeling of being full and overflowing, because we are. It was the love that allowed the lion to be courageous. We're looking at what is underneath the doubt, what is underneath the fear. We walk through it in our consciousness, knowing that we cannot outgive God. We just give from our place of already receiving. So I'd like you to hold your heart full of what you have received from Unity of Santa Barbara. And I also like you to hold in your mind the thriving spiritual center that we are and that we are coming to be through your consciousness. So hold that vision of light, of love, of wellness, of people, events, children. Hold that in your mind, and let us be in the silence with that powerful, powerful consciousness. This is a new day. This is a new breath. This is a new moment. And it's a new chapter for this community. Going beyond the shifts in behavior that have been created by the being home more, or the I can't go out, or I can't give. We are recognizing that the abundance is within us, and it may not even be specifically about giving in a specific way, but it's holding the high watch for Unity of Santa Barbara. Thank you all who have been part of this community for years and years and years and feel that gratitude of what you have done to let this place be available for the person that's just walking in here today, that there's a chair here because of each and every one of you. So we bless this journey. We bless this Yellow Brick Road. We bless this growing the good, this fertile soil of Unity of Santa Barbara. And we close with saying, I am gratefully growing the good at Unity of Santa Barbara. Let's say it together. I am gratefully growing the good at Unity of Santa Barbara. And so it is. Beautiful. So Russ, you can join me here. And sorry, I forgot about I am so blessed, but we'll have a God as my source. So we're just going to be together here doing our, come on in, I'm doing our offering. The thing is, you all have probably received a mailing. So today is really all about this card that if you have received your mailing, and maybe you filled it out, there was a self-addressed envelope. If you would like to fill this out today, then there is a wonderful box. You see we have a big sign that says Growing the Good out there. This is really a prosperity campaign for all of us. And so you can fill it out and put it in the box over there. If you've already filled this out and you just want to, you have a blank card, you can just put it in the envelope, the basket when the ushers come by, because we're going to be collecting these that are not filled out. And what kind of gift do they get, Russ?
Well, let me see this thing
yes.
here. So for those of you who have given and have chosen to participate in this wonderful program, you know, it does take a village in order to make this actually come true. This wish of ours, this belief of ours that this is going to happen takes a village. So each one of you who sign up and say yes to this Growing the Good experience, it's going to be great. We are going to give you a plant garden stake, which says right on there, I am gratefully growing the good at Unity of Santa Barbara. Yeah. So please let us know if you have signed up and you haven't gotten one of these, let us know.
And if you're already in a committed giving program, which many of you are, just go pick up, say, Peggy grabbed hers yesterday, I'm in Growing the Good, give me that garden stake. So it's so please do that. You know, online, of course, it's all online, it's beautifully done on unitysb.org. You can find it easily there. You can sign up there. And let's see. You can also, if you want to give with your checking account, there's a place on the card to give with your checking account. You can attach a voided check. You can staple it. There's a stapler out there. There's also a place, if you just want to be contacted by Unity, we can talk to you about, you know, what it is that we're doing here. So let's see here. Okay.
What did we forget,
Heidi? I think we're just, you can, and if you want to give in the usual way, absolutely, the ushers are coming by. There's a donate button on Facebook and on our website. And so we can just close again with our affirmation. Why don't we do that?
And we are at the point in our service that that this is our time of celebration for the giving in the moment today. So, and by the way, if you've already filled out your card and you have a card in your hand that you were given and it's blank, just put that back in the offering basket, and we'll recycle those, or we'll give those out to others.
Yeah, right.
Good. Yay.
If you could, there's going to be CDs out there for sale, and it's a love offering, and all the money will go to Unity if you get.
Okay, did you guys all hear that?
Yeah, dude, talk about
She has
generosity.
CDs available, our wonderful Shantice, and I have actually heard this CD, and it is amazing.
And of course, the Christmas CD.
And there is a Christmas.
Everybody doesn't have it.
Yeah. So she is going to today donate all of the funds that from those sale of those CDs to Unity of Santa Barbara. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
See how it goes?
It just goes,
See how it
yes.
grows?
It does.
Yay.
It does. And so let's just say our affirmation, and then we'll sing "God is my source." So let's see. I am gratefully growing the good at Unity of Santa Barbara. Let's just say that together. I am gratefully growing the good at Unity of Santa Barbara. And then let's bless this one of many channels of good with divine love. Here we go. Divine love.
Divine love.
Through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I am, and all that I share. And however you say it, it's good. Here we go. We're going to sing "God is my source."
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, peace gives me everything I need. Love gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. So this, wow, what a nice theme today. This last song is, it's called The Rainbow Connection. And Kermit's song. It's made famous by Kermit the Frog. So, put your frog pipes on and feel free to sing along. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that wishes could be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Someone thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We probably know that it's magic. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da da. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Thank
Oh, you lovers and dreamers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, so good. Oh, my favorite. Are you arriving, Angel? It's not quite your time, but that's okay. We love angels. Anyway, Sean, thank you. Favorite song of all time. It's amazing. Oh, and oh, Lord. Well, if you're here visiting us for the first time, we are so grateful you're here. We couldn't have done it without you. And if you're here for the first time, we have a flower for you and we have a little gift for you outside. Is anybody here for the first time? All right. Listen, make sure you get our e-blast because that's also what we do out there at our welcome table is make sure you get on our e-blast. All right, well, the 31st, which is next Sunday, again, you're all welcome to wear whatever costume you want, Kathleen, but she does look pretty good there. It's the 31st and Sunday afternoon at 4:30. What is going on? Spooky Bingo! Yes, all right. So we're going to show another little film that Peggy Penny made. It's incredible. Yes, I rode my broom here today. It was very much really saved on gas. All right, look, we got friends this year. So, yes. So we are having Spooky Bingo again. It's on Halloween afternoon. Halloween is a Sunday. You could wear your costume to the service. But at 4:30, we're having Spooky Bingo. And you buy a card. $25, it's 10 games. There's 3 chances to win, so that's 30 chances to win. If you want to be extra lucky, you can get 5 cards, and that's $100, and you get a free dopper. You know, the dopper, it's really fast for your dopping your thing. Yes, and there's prizes for every game. I believe we'll be in person, and we will be on Zoom. It's at 4:30, so the East Coast people can get on. Everybody can get on. You can buy your cards online right now, and next week you can buy them here. And I know you all were really participating last year, and it goes right to our marketing costs. So if you like the e-blast, if you like this online service, you play Spooky Bingo. Chair, and here's the card that you'll buy. See, and it has 10 games, and you better buy a lot because I see Bill Dutton in our midst, and he won 3 or 4 games last year. So you'll want to buy a bunch of cards because he's playing too. So you can buy 5 of these for $100, and mainly you will be winning stuff, and you'll be supporting Unity with all of our costs. And right out there will be some spooky people to sell you your bingo cards, and you can also get them online. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Our picnic, we were going to go to the park, but talked to some of the planners, and they said, we'd rather not go to the park. We'd rather just stay here. So we're going to have a gratitude luncheon on that Sunday, the 14th. We'd love for you to come. We're going to provide the main meal, and we'd like you to bring salads or side dishes or desserts, whatever you would choose. And next week, there's going to be a sign-up sheet. All right, and we want you to save the date. The Unity Singers are doing some beautiful Christmas things, holiday celebration. It's going to be December 17th, Friday at 7 p.m. So mark your calendar. Don't go out of town that day because we'll be here. But they'll be online too. But just plan on, mark it down. All right, I want to give a big, big thanks to Sedona Vigliota, who made these incredible flowers, designed these. I have a picture of her when she was putting them together, and it was the first time, this is the crazy part of this pandemic. This is the first time I've met Sedona. I've been here a year and 2 months, and I just happened to walk in when she was doing this. And what a wonderful, wonderful woman, Sedona, if you're watching, just the labor of love. And first of all, I want to say these are from Donna Holder's commitment, dedication that she gave us a while ago. And so Donna's here, this is for her parents. Yes, Donna, thank you, bless you for your contribution. And we're going to start, do you all like flowers here on Sundays? Yes, right? Yes. And so the thing is, we're going to have a flower fund. So put in $5, $10, whatever you want to. It's a flowered box that Peggy brought from her beautiful home, and you can put them in the flower fund, and when we get $75, we'll have flowers. And we have Barbara Berger and Sedona that put them together, and we're just so blessed to have them do that. I want to thank all of our volunteers today. Thank you all, the Roses for ushering, and the other people that were ushering today, and thank you, Christine, and pay everybody that was out there helping with the setup. Peggy can always use helpers for setup and cleanup. So, you know, that whole growing the good thing, that's part of how it goes. Would you?
Oh, and we need cookies. We would love it if you'd bring some cookies.
Cookies, okay. Seasonal cookies, all right, okay. There you go, because if you don't hear her the first time, she'll grab you. So there you go with Peggy, all right. We have a prayer ministry that is very powerful, and it is a way, the minute you call and hear the prayer message, when you email, and when you do that, that's the shift right there. That's the place of going beyond fear and just being willing to say, this is on my heart. So, no, there are prayer ministry, our prayer team prays for you. There are boxes right here in the foyer, so please leave one. You have prayer request cards there in your seat. All right. So, anything else? Yes, Russ.
Did you say that I would be out there with you?
Thank you. Okay, thank you. It's a team. It's a village. If you did not receive the trifold or the card, you are welcome to pick them up out there. Russ is going to be out there with a laptop. If you want to get on the website and sign up for anything, but certainly Growing the Good, he's out there to educate folks. Deborah has the gift, so you can get that from Deborah, this little garden stake. And if you're in, many people are already in a committed giving program, so be sure and get that. And that's it. And then we've got the cards. What's that?
I'm selling cards.
You're selling
Bingo cards.
Oh, yes. Well, Spooky Bingo is with the angel. She's not all that spooky, but yeah, she has the credit card for the Spooky Bingo. And you can, of course, give with the credit card out there also. Sean Teese, I kept putting the H in there. She's like, Heidi, there's no H. I mean, there's no pronunciation of the H. So Sean Teese is donating her CDs. So go out and get one of those, and then you can give a love offering for that. Thank you. And thank you, Sean, for being here. Thank you, Woody and Randy and Renee. Y'all are all just, I mean, the wind beneath our wings. Yes, yes, yes. So without further ado, let us stand and sing our peace song, remembering that peace is on earth because of the peace within. Here we go.
And let us all say our prayer of protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Yay!
Thank you.